I want to begin with, what's just stepping back and taking a look at what has happened over the past one month. From March 20, we surged by about 1,000 points. I'm talking about Nifty here, dropped 1,000 points, have recovered 500 points. And a lot of that correction, the recent correction, was of course because of the escalation and tensions in West Asia. But it looks like that weekend phenomenon, I mean the initial attack by Israel on Syrian embassy, on Iranian embassy in Syria was on the weekend. Then Iran's response also came on the weekend. I think, do you think that a lot of this recovery has to do with nothing really major happening in West Asia and both the countries even standing down?
Thank you, Suyash, and morning to all of you. So, I have always maintained one thing, even when we were discussing Ukraine and Russia. And unfortunately, last year, October, the misadventure by Hamas onto Israel has led to the kind of complication that we are witnessing right now. And not only with this geopolitical situation or escalation, I have always maintained that wisdom should prevail upon the respective leaders, and instead of throwing rockets and missiles and drones at each other, you should sit across the table, have a dialogue. I think that helps a lot. But nevertheless, whatever has happened and whatever has unfolded is rather unfortunate. This may also lead to a little bit of uncertainty in terms of how the entire situation evolves. Crude oil was, is, and will always be an issue as far as India is concerned because of the sensitivity with respect to our imports are concerned, Suyash. Uh, and of course, the fact of the matter is that nuclear capability, as far as the geopolitical situation is concerned, will have, news flows are always something that wants to hog the limelight. But I would say that 22,000 floor, which was breached momentarily, uh, and of course the recovery that we've seen, not to forget our own local events in terms of the election, which are underway. Uh, we should come out in a better shape and color as far as the earnings is also concerned, Suyash. So my sense is that this is an opportunity to identify stock ideas and have a long-term.
HDFC Bank also reported their numbers. The numbers, I mean, they were largely in line, but I think, what do you make of this big 3x jump in provisionings? I mean, some of them are, like, I was reading a lot of, brokerage comments. Some of them are speculating that there might be problem in the wholesale and the retail loan department because the margins over there fell sharply, and others said that it could be earnings smoothing perhaps going on because of that, certain problems that they are expecting down the road, so perhaps showing less profit now to maybe offset that later on. What's your take?
See, one of quarters, two of quarters disappointment should not be a reason for your long-term investment in strong names like HDFC Bank. Point number one. Point number two, uh, I think once we are done and dusted with the election and we get back to business, our sense at Geojit is that financials, especially banking, is going to do phenomenally well, and that's purely because of the credit demand. In terms of numbers with CASA ratio, I think they are pretty strong. In terms of interest rates, possibly second half this calendar year, we might see interest rates easing off and cuts coming through, subject to provided two most important things. One is the monsoon, which is likely to be above normal, and second one is crude oil. If they don't pay us spoil sport, I think second half interest rate cuts should come. So we still maintain a positive view on HDFC Bank situation. My sense is that there will be brief period of consolidation. Numbers may possibly look a little bit ugly for one or two quarters, but long term we still maintain positive.
Good morning, Gaurang. Another company that is due to post their Q4 results today is the big Daddy Reliance Industries Limited. Now, the street is expecting over a 13% jump in profits, about a 3% jump in revenues sequentially. But EBITDA is slightly to be witnessing a weakness, primarily because of the refining and petrochemical business, which is expected to come out weak this quarter. Going by the stock, it has not really performed in the last 1 month or even in the last few days. What do you make of Reliance? Is it time to just buy or just hold, or just keep it as a long-term buy?
For a company with the scale and size that Reliance is, 1 month should not be your thumb rule in terms of gauging the performance, Amit. Point number one. Point number two, last 6 months, 1 year, if you see the price performance from 22,400, it has almost gone to 3,000 rupees. But that's a decent return according to us. The biggest positive that Reliance has in Jamnagar is the technology that they use for refining crude. I was reading a report, highest sulfur content crude oil can get processed at Jamnagar's facility of Reliance. With respect to the new businesses, our sense is that they should do very well over a longer period of time. And in terms of contribution coming to the balance sheet, I think traditional business, crude to chemicals will play a significant role, and along with that, the new age business. So I think you have to look at it from a longer perspective, Amit.
Will the geopolitics of that goes with the oil prices, do you think they are going to affect this company because of their increased exposure on refining and petrochemicals in the immediate term?
It can. I will not deny it. And repercussions, like I was discussing with Suyash also, will be across sectors and companies, including economy like India. So nobody is going to, stay insulated or protected or shielded. I mean, this will have its repercussions. But let us hope, like I mentioned, that wisdom, common sense prevails, and issues don't escalate, which can translate into collateral damage.